All right, man. Welcome to All Into Wrestling. This is episode number 5. What is up, Snap?
Oh, bro, I had this dope egg like burrito this morning, man. It was so good. Like I had two of them. That's how good it was. I had to go back and make another one.
Damn, burritos sound good right now in the morning.
Bruh, I know it's a Monday morning. You got a house to yourself. You know, everybody gone. Why not just eat a burrito and listen to a Tribe
I
Called Quest while making it?
I'm a definite breakfast taco connoisseur. I don't know because I've been in Texas for too damn long or what, but
Huh.
it's
Oh,
like
wait a
when I
minute.
make eggs and I make bacon, it's like I gotta go pop out the tortillas and I gotta go pop out some freaking habanero sauce or some type of sauce to make it spicy, and I just kill it. So that's
Like,
me.
hold on, wait. You mess with the breakfast tacos. Is what you're
Oh
telling me.
yeah, oh yeah, and I got to
See,
play. I got a spot up the street, bro. It's fire.
See, see, this is why we cool. This is why I like you. You think just like me. Breakfast tacos. No, nobody else believes me when I tell them that that's really a good thing
That's
to eat in the
bro.
morning.
Oh, let me school these people on the breakfast taco game. Okay, you know the little skillets thing that you can buy in the freezer section that sometimes like the potato with the sausage in it, and all you gotta
That's
do is
why I
throw
be
some eggs
telling
on it,
people,
bro.
get it.
I used to do that so much. I used to like take a little bit of that, give me some eggs, mix them up, throw it on top. I would buy the biggest freaking tortillas I could find, cook the tortillas, and roll that bitch up in there and freaking like cook it again so it'll seal it and go to work. Shoot, that was like big ass bread burrito. That's work, bro. I'm like, what you talking about?
Man, I'm gonna be saying, man, how do you eat a burrito in the morning, bro?
Easy,
Dude, it's just everything you
multiple.
normally would eat, just rolled up in a tortilla, man. Especially if you gotta go, man. Like, go ahead and fix your burrito,
I'm gonna
man,
tell
and
you. I'm
eat
gonna
it
tell
on
you
the
what's
go.
fire. And I didn't even know they were that fire time. One day I was just like, man, I need to go get breakfast somewhere. I went to Taco Bell, and that breakfast crunch wrap, whatever sauce that is, bro, that shit goes hard,
Dude, you
like
ain't gotta tell
so
me about
hard.
Taco Bell breakfast. I went the very first day they first started doing breakfast. I was at G-Heck. I remember this. I was at G-Heck. I actually cut class just so I can go get some off the breakfast menu. I didn't regret it. I did
Shoot,
not
and
regret it
then
one
they had
bit.
them. Then I hate them Cinnabon delights. Oh,
Hey,
oh,
no. Don't bring Cinnabon up because it ain't bad enough. We don't have one over here. I have to drive an hour or two just to go to Cinnabon.
oh, the Cinnabon delights no, the Cinnabon delights at Taco Bell though. Them,
Oh, I'm about to
whoo,
say.
them.
'Cause,
How many you want? What's the biggest one you got on the menu? Let me get that one.
shoot.
How many you can give me legally? They'll get in trouble.
I ain't gonna front. Cinnamon rolls do sound good right now. I'm gonna go to Walmart, go buy me some. I can make me some a little later on.
Bro, I've been on like the TikTok thing a little bit, and just
Mm.
and like because I've look up food quite often, and man, there was this video I saw, and I'm actually thinking about doing this at some point when I'm not keto. This boy took a honey bun, split
Mm.
the honey bun in half, put the honey bun on the grill, had a burger with cheese, bacon, and put that between the honey bun. I was like, oh my God, I want to try
No,
this.
no, 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 no. You ain't gonna skip past this again. No, hold on, wait a minute. You need to send me that. I need to see this. I need to see this.
It was like,
And bad enough,
oh my God. It was so, it
ain't
was
bad enough.
all.
Mrs. Snapback got me on a diet right now. But trust me when I say that you just said a honey bun. You said a honey bun on the grill. A honey bun on
Yes.
the grill.
Yes. He split it in half, threw it on the grill. And I like hot honey buns, just to be clear, because some people look at me at work. We got a vending machine, and when I'm not keto, I'll go in there and get a honey bun, and I'll throw it in my way. And people look at me like, "Oh, you put the honey bun in the microwave? Why would I not put it in the microwave?
Like it's so, dude.
It's
Look,
so
I'm somebody who
soft."
eats it. I'm somebody who eats it either way. I can eat it without it being heated up, and I can eat it with it heated up. I don't care either way. But like, it's can for those out there who think it's strange. Trust me, it's not strange. It's actually good to heat up any type of pastry, especially a honey bun of all things.
Exactly. it's just taking you a room temperature donut and warming it up. That's literally all it is.
That's it, man. It's super good. I'm still gonna try it. I'm gonna find this honey bun on the grill video though. I'm gonna find a
I'm
TikTok.
gonna see if I can find. I think I hearted this. I should be able to find it. If I find it, I'm gonna share it with you. I'll send it to you.
Look, man, you got my mouth watering. I just ate, man. Come on, man.
Shoot, my mouth watering. I'm drinking this water right now. All right, man. This is All Into Wrestling number 5, man. This is the bonus show about wrestling, of course. It's in the title. We're affiliated with Nerdflow Podcast. We are also on that podcast as well. That is a podcast also about pro wrestling, but it's a run through of a lot of different stuff, pop culture from video games, anime, comics, TV shows, you name it. On that show, we talk about it. But if you are of the persuasion and you want to hear about nothing but pro wrestling, then this is the show and this is the spot you need to be in. I know if you look at like the run of the show, it's kind of spotty as far as like date wise with me and Snap, because Snap works retail and I work in a warehouse also, so schedules can be kind of all over the place, and we try to sneak in, the hot pro wrestling topics in on Nerdflow as well. But I know the goal is to try to get this to be a weekly show, and even at some point we gotta recap a pay-per-view like right after it happens. It's gonna happen one day, whether the freaking stars are gonna align, and we can do that because I want to do that one day.
Hopefully soon, man. Yeah, cause we got good old Summerslam coming up.
Boy, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about Velveteen. We're gonna talk about the COVID shows, how that crap been going. We're gonna talk about 2K Battlegrounds. They're gonna talk about some AEW stuff also, and our thoughts on Raw Underground and whatever the fucking Thunderdome is. But
why are we on that? How about we go ahead? That was brand new. This is actually a brand new thing. So apparently, ladies and gents, we have something called the Wwe Thunderdome, in which it was just announced today. Apparently, it's going to be very interactive, which you can actually see fans on LED screens as the matches and whatnot go on. Pyrotechnics and all that type of stuff is going to be going on here in Orlando for WWE. And I'm just like, so I take it then again, I just realized something. Of course, the whole using the developmental roster as fans wasn't going to be, ain't going to cut it for a long time anyway. So, I want to say this actually is a good step, at least in terms of the whole COVID thing. But, at the same time, as Royalty had talked about it and said this before we got on here, be real funny if you see, people with memorabilia and stuff, like a big-ass Chris Benoit poster in the background, or whatnot.
Or just that being the actual image of the person's face. They just switch it over. I'm just like...
and it's like, shoot, imagine...
as wrestling fans, we can be hellified trolls. Trolls.
Case in point, beach ball.
There we go.
Beach ball.
That's exactly what I mean. It's like, bro, like this. Why do you always got to give a name to stuff? Like, why couldn't we just say like, oh, we're just gonna have video feeds of fan. If you ever seen the NBA, no, we got to give a name to it and make it all gimmicky. Like y'all almost kind of got kudos on SmackDown previously, just purely for the fact that y'all decided to change the TV rating to TV 14.
Oh,
because people
I just remember that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and I'm like, okay, all right, TV 14, huh? I see y'all really trying to get these ratings back up.
So y'all got people kind of intrigued when the rating on that popped up kind of changed. So I'm like, then you come with this gimmicky bullshit.
Think about this Thunderdome. I was like, okay, so
it sounds like a match concept. That's why I was like Thunderdome.
That's what I'm saying. Something from WCW. I'm like Thunderdome. I'm like, WCW Thunder. Why does it kind of like put me in the same mindset as that? But then when they explain what it is, I'm like, basically it's just y'all trying to get realistic fans in here without having them here. I don't know. I remember the whole thing with Vince McMahon wanted to put SummerSlam on a yacht. And at first, I thought I was actually gonna be cool with that.
You know the name of his yacht?
Oh,
You want to know the name of it? I know the name of it.
It's like I know it, but I know it's gonna be something very absurd. But
Sexy
it's like
bitch.
I don't. God damn. Of course, Vince McMahon would name his yacht sick.
Imagine SummerSlam on a yacht, and on the side of that damn yacht is sexy bitch.
No, imagine JR if he was still in WWE saying, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're live from the sexy bitch."
Or you know how lately they've been throwing these extra subtitles onto the paper, which I don't understand. I never understood the Extreme Rules, or like Extreme Rules horror show.
Bro,
it's like June. Can you just
Shouldn't
like
you could
have saved. I'm now really wondering what the hell they gonna do for October.
Yeah, that's right. October's mainly the time for Hell in the Cell. I just realized something. Is that gonna even be possible?
They probably gonna name that shit like they probably name that shit like Hell in the Cell Bloodbath or some bullshit. I could see them doing that.
And they do that shit in the AEW, they're gonna get pissed because they've been doing the whole blood and guts concept. So this shit, for them to see,
I think they pushed Blood and Guts to February next year. I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they pushed it because of the whole they didn't want to. I ain't gonna lie, that was actually smart on AEW because I understand that you wouldn't want to exactly have that going on with COVID. You want that to be something whereas the fans are actually like literally there to enjoy it. So I'm not actually mad at that move. But yeah, with WWE though, like you just said, horror show, everything had to be very horror thingy, whatever. I don't know. I'm still on the whole eyeball thing with Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins throwing up in it.
Man, my wife even like straight up asked me. She was like, "Did his eyeball pop up?" I'm like, "No, baby, his eyeball did not pop up." But it's I can see it. No, it didn't, honey. It didn't pop up. It was a prop. It was a prop.
He still got his eye. I'm just trying to see how Seth made himself throw up though.
I don't know. Let's see, unless Vince McMahon with his obsession with puke. What is it? He's gonna. Oh, when Draws back in the day, he's gonna puke. It was,
oh no! Don't forget, Vince McMahon is somebody who he hates sneezes. He loves farts, but he hates sneezes. He does not like when people sneeze.
Which is why Tommy Dreamer had the vomiting gimmick, which is
oh my God! I'm vomit at.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And which we had a character named Draws that vomited as well. You see the obsession? It's kind of weird.
Vince, you're a strange man. You're a strange old man.
Strange old man.
That's you though, but
well, we gonna see how is Raw gonna be are they gonna be doing? I know that because I know they moved over to I can't think of the name of the arena in Florida. I know I saw there was a screenshot of the trucks that I saw on Twitter of them moving into the new arena in Florida.
What was it called? Wasn't the arena called Amway Center?
Yeah, I think it's Amway. Yeah.
I remember that was a name I remember throwing around a lot when it came to I believe SummerSlam or something like that. Mm-hmm. They said they wanted to do SummerSlam at the Amway Center. So I'm
wondering that because he said I think last week is supposed to be the last of the Performance Center shows for Raw. So I guess Raw gonna be at the Amway Center live tonight. Then if that's the case, we'll see how much different it is. I mean. It's gonna be kind of hard to pipe in. I'm just wondering how this crowd reaction is gonna work over video. I'm just wondering. It's gonna be some weird.
I'm trying to see how big the LED screen's gonna be. Like
they probably gonna be pretty. So I don't think they're gonna be too big. I mean, because I've come across the NBA games a couple times, and see the NBA, NFL is kind of possible, just purely because they don't cut to the audience as much. It's more focused on what's going on the court, and then with football, they hardly ever cut to the crowds, hardly ever. Like, so with football, it's gonna be even easier. Only thing about it with football, if football does come back, they're gonna probably just be in like the arena football arenas because it's just you don't need all that space. It's just gonna make it. With football, it's gonna make it seem just that much weird that ain't about in the freaking stadium. So they're gonna have to use. I'm pretty sure footballs will end up using like arena football arenas because they're small enough to get the job done. So
I see. I understand what you're saying with that. Mm.
all right. So yeah, I mean they're bringing fans back and all that good stuff. Velveteen. So on NXT last Wednesday, he was the mystery entrant in the Triple Threat North American title tournament because what's the old boy name? The one that Dexter Lumis.
Yeah, he got injured.
Messed up his ankle on that flip dive, which it was a rough cut. So we kind of figured somebody bought something because we could tell it was like a quick cut to him. All of a sudden sticking that landing, so evidently he probably didn't stick the other landing because he had an ankle injury now. So they took I think it was like the losers or something like that, and kind of like put them all into a last chance match to get into the ladder match for it. And the mystery entrant was Velveteen Dream, and Twitter just freaking lost his goddamn mind because they were just, oh, he's been prepping boys and all this other stuff, and it's like, man, I mean,
it wasn't even Twitter, man. Apparently backstage,
a lot of people upset too.
They were pissed, man. I'm like,
And for a whole second, I'm just thinking, and when I saw him back, man, I didn't really think anything of it. I was just like, okay, maybe he cleared his name or whatever, and I just kind of like moved on to enjoy the show or whatever. I really didn't kind of think any more into it until I opened up Twitter and just like, oh.
People were pissed, man. And I'm like, I mean, granted, the whole thing that happened with, well, for those who don't know what's been going on with Velveteen has been accused of interacting with minors, basically, in a very non-appropriate way. And didn't he get in a little car accident too, Velveteen?
As well,
yeah. So you got all that, and then you see him come back. It's like, honestly, like I said, you do want to have him around because the man is very talented in terms of promos and in ring work as well. He's a talented wrestler, but with everything that has happened to him, especially with the allegations right now, I get you needed somebody to fill in Dexter's spot. That's understandable, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't have really brought Velveteen back on TV just yet.
I think people I think in this particular situation, I think people because nobody has said anything about it. It's been very from a public perspective, and just from WWE even mentioning or talking about any of these things, it's been very hush hush handling on the backside of things, and not really, because I know they they released Ligero and some other stuff like that. So you kind of like assume that when the people that got released, that got accused, why they got released. But with Velveteen, him still being around, and people are still trying to throw Matt Riddle's name in this junk. But I'm like, dude, I mean, the dude evidently had a stalker because they knew about it.
Yeah, that's the thing. At least with Matt, yeah, that was a thing that he made sure to actually like tell people like beforehand. So I got to give Matt his props on that. With Velveteen, on the other hand, I don't know what to say. I don't want to be part of the crowd that says, he touched it. Because honestly, truth be told, I'm like mostly everybody else. I wasn't there.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, bro. I mean, yeah, he's kind of like he's a weird bird in the context of that saying.
His character. Well, we already know the guy's character is based off Prince.
Yeah, it's like if Prince and Macho Man had a baby, that's what you get.
It'll be him. Guy. And but like I said, the thing that I had to sit here and say at the beginning of all this, like it goes with everybody else that got released or got accused this year. None of us was there when this happened. None of us was there.
Yeah.
We didn't see this. We didn't see it when it happened or throughout the duration of it. We were just there when it was just put out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why when it comes to Velveteen returning, it was like, I was happy that he came back because his talent was very needed. And also, it's a takeover that's supposed to be coming as well. And, of course, that's one of the big shows that comes. This takeover is of course going to be with Summerslam, which is one of the big four of the WWE. So they want to go out with they want to do something very spectacular to go with the pay per view the day after, and
What
with
sucks though?
Velveteen coming back.
You know what sucks though? Is like you don't have the fan reaction to kind of know how people feel about him. Like you have no
And
crowd.
I think that's what's been baffling me. Like, how would fans would actually act if they were to see him after what has been brought
Yeah.
about? Um,
That's
because
the bad part. You don't know. You have no because I mean, and this whole time with COVID and everything, like man, the fans we are the freaking barometer for what they do. They can never WWE or wrestling in general cannot never ever again take the fans for granted. They need to. I mean, I'm not saying that they should always listen to what we say and what we want them to do. In WWE's case, yes, they should because their writing team, the checks and balance, the checks and I won't say anything about the writing team, but I will say the checks and balances which it has to go through Vince McMahon is just. Yeah, it ain't the greatest chain of command. I'll tell you that much. It's like sometimes I wonder what gets knocked back by him. That's probably actually good ideas. So I'm beginning to wonder about that. Like I wonder what actually good shit makes it to him, and we just never see it, or he just like nah.
Oh yeah, because I remember hearing Eric Young's talk when it came to him being released. He said the thing about NXT was, even though they may not have went through with all of his plans, the thing they did, unlike the main roster, was like hear him out and whatnot.
Yeah.
And hell, Cody is the same way. You know how Cody went. He went try to get rid of the Stardust gimmick and provided so many options for him, but they still just said, we need to still be Stardust. So that's one of the things that I do. It's like, bro, like that's I'm not gonna front, not to jump off topic. That was one of the things I was waiting for when Cody came back in 2015 after Dusty passed away, was him to come back as Cody, like Cody. You know what I'm saying?
That was literally his chance to go in and be a to be world championship caliber version of himself. And they literally could have, like, his dad just passed. They had it in the palm of their hand. All they had to do was push. That's all they do. Put them against the right people and push them through.
He had it in 2011. I remember this. I was at college. I saw this man debut with the new remix version of Smoke and Mirrors, which is still my favorite theme by Emphatic. And I was like, all right, Cody got the mask off, even though the mask gimmick was actually pretty awesome. I was like, all right, Cody got the mask off. He's finna be serious, and he had a great new look. He had everything. The Intercontinental Championship was like, all right, it's nowhere but up for Cody now. I can see a World Championship coming in his line of sight, and no.
Yeah,
and I'm just
we're gonna make you a Goldust 2.0.
And it's like, nah, man. Like, it was great for him to tag with his brother in 2013, especially with the storyline, but. After the whole match with Goldust at Fastlane, like I said,
I was kind of, and when he was started, I was almost kind of digging him when he got with the Ascension for a short little bit. I'm like, these boys and they were kind of calling themselves Wasteland. I was like, okay, I'm digging this a little bit. This actually kind of works for them because the Ascension was like the NXT tag team and the NXT tag team of downfall of NXT tag team that created the shit debauchery of no NXT team that ever comes to the main roster ever gets over ever.
And that's just,
and they're on a streak. Aside from the only team is Street Profits, and that's the team we kind of like. Oh, they gonna drop the ball with them because they black.
No, they that's the thing that even amazed me, man. Street Profits are actually doing well on the main roster.
I so felt they were. I was like, everybody was, I think a lot of people was like, oh, we got the black hype tag team. When they get the main roster, they gonna fuck them all the way up.
Oh no, they're doing good. They're doing great. You look at War Machine on the other hand. Well, my bad, Viking Raiders or Viking
Viking
Experience.
Experience or the I
Uh,
don't know whatever name they have this
I
month.
see. That's the thing. See, that's what messed everything up. They got so many nicknames, and I'm just like, okay, well, who? What do I call you guys now?
It's like y'all can't.
Because
Okay, we TV 14 now. Can we go back to War Raiders now?
know what I'm saying? Like, go back to the War Raiders, man.
Can we
Give
go back to
them.
that now?
Cause
That'd
it's
be
like
cool.
you, all right, you now you have the whole thing now where it's this TV 14. You're good to go when it comes to certain storylines that you could never pull off during the PG era. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, and you want to get these ratings back up. All right, cool. You went back to TV 14, at least for SmackDown. I don't know about Raw, but SmackDown it is, and it's like, all right, well,
People gonna be
picking up
watching
storyline.
tonight.
Uh,
Just to see what it goes to. People gonna be watching.
what's this stable? Chaos or who?
Retribution.
Yo, Retribution. My bad. Excuse me. Retribution.
Um, so this is, I mean, rumors has it. I mean, I know there's been rumors during this time that they were trying to do some form of Nexus ish type of stable.
Mm.
And I know with all the stuff, because at first I just thought they were just having technical difficulties that wasn't Raw, and I was like, damn, the Performance Center is that bad right now? They're having that bad, and then I came to the realization like, oh, somebody's calling this stuff, and I'm like, and so when I saw the end part, and then they showed up on SmackDown, and like on SmackDown. On SmackDown they didn't even use the actual people that actually are in the group to attack SmackDown. It was just like just some rando Performance Center people that they just used. And I think it's kind of like a Nexus meets Aces and Ace. It's unfortunate that I had to use that word, that stable name, but it's kind of like an Aces and Ace because this past week on SmackDown during the Biggie and Morrison match,
They showed up.
one of them got in. It was a female, and it's Ember Moon. Everybody's like, it's room. No, bro, how many black girls we got on WWE roster? They got color tips, aside from Sasha Banks with a whole wig.
So that's pretty much what gave it away then, because yeah, Amber do have those.
Yeah, she has those color tips,
So she's back, huh?
and
But
she's
she's just part of
she's the one. And secondly, she's the only thick black girl next to Naomi, so we know it's her. Um,
a.
So it's like I mean, it has to be her. I mean, it could be somebody else. It could be another black talent from the Performance Center. They just automatically didn't put on NXT TV and just straight called her up. But the rumor is that it's two females. It's going to be supposedly it's 5 members. 2 females, 3 males, which is a group like ratio we've never had ever in a stable in WWE ever. So I really hope the group works out really well. Supposedly, I don't understand how they talked him into doing this if he is the leader, but the rumor is that Ciampa is the leader of the group, and Dijakovic is in the group, and I don't know who the third male is because I was speculating in the beginning that it was Ricochet, Cedric, Mustafa Ali in the beginning. As soon as Mustafa Ali came back that same night, that's when Retribution showed up.
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna say it's Ciampa because I remember Ciampa saying he would retire if he got called up to the main roster.
Yeah, but then also he had an interview. He said it was like something he was saying like NXT creative said they have nothing for him after the Killer Cross feud. He said they told him they didn't have anything for him. They didn't have any plans for him with the pandemic and stuff. So maybe he caved in and just said, "Okay, I'll go do the main roster. I'll go to the main roster, but we gotta do it this way. We need to do this way, and see. I guess that maybe they came to an agreement. I mean, it would be cool if that is the case. But here's a caveat to this group. If it's gonna be a bunch of NXT people, because I heard that on the female side, I've heard it's rumored that it's either Vanessa Bourne or Chelsea Green, because Chelsea Green got called up a long time ago. That's which is now Matt Cardona, used to be Zack Ryder. That's his girl, and she got called up a long time ago, back before Charlotte had to leave for the whatever injury that she had. So she got caught a long time ago. She ain't been on TV yet. She been left the Robert Stone brand on NXT. So she is supposed to be rumored in the group. So, but no, they're saying it's 2 female, but it's kind of clear that it's, Ember. Maybe they changed people, and maybe they got Ember Moon instead. So I wonder who the second female is. That's the question. But it's kind of clear that was Ember Moon that got into the ring. So we're gonna see. We'll see how this breaks down. But it has some. I started to notice like these ski masks. Like, there's some Ace and Ace type vibes. I really just hope it's not as bad as Ace and Ace were. I really hope. And then the other part of that too, what I was thinking too, is like, okay, if Ciampa is the leader, and this goes to the other topic that we have, which is rumor has it that Orton is supposed to be winning the WWE Championship at SummerSlam from Drew McIntyre. I think that's a bad move because the force behind it is Vince wants to boost ratings. Orton ain't gonna boost ratings. I know Orton has been on fire since Edge has come back, and the reason why he has been on fire is just because of his promos. But every time Orton gets the championship, and even before when he got the championship from Bray at SummerSlam, when he had the Wyatt family storyline, when Orton gets the championship, he becomes blah 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 blah. I feel like the booking becomes very lack of effort, and they just think because he's good in the ring that he'll make it better. And like, no,
man, you gotta give Orton something like to make his championship worthwhile.
You're gonna give him and I have a feeling they're gonna want to give him. They're gonna want to put him against Edge for the 30,000th time in 2020, and that's not it. That's
actually a rumor. Excuse me. That's one of the things I believe somebody wanted to speculate is that because WrestleMania is going to be going back to Los Angeles, going back to California next year. If the global
big if
if they go to California next year, many people wanted Edge to face Orton at WrestleMania for the title and whatnot. They feel like that's going to be the case. My thing is, man, I don't know. I mean,
Orton has not had very good. Orton has not in the past. His WWE Championship matches at WrestleMania are lackluster. When he doesn't have a championship, those are the better matches for him. Every time he's a champion, they suck. All his WrestleMania matches, I can't think of any. The Triple H at WrestleMania 25 sucked. Well, it went on after Taker and Shawn Michaels, but that's.
No, I'm not gonna lie. The thing that killed that match right there was the ending. Really, after everything that happened, the build up was great. You fight Orton in his house, Orton kisses Stephanie, and all this type of stuff. But then you have the ending of which Triple H has the sledgehammer, but drops it and instead want to punch Randy, and it's like the building of this
man kissed your wife.
The punt kick really ain't doing nothing, but. I'll give you this. When it came to championship matches, it's like Orton shined. He was part of 2 great triple threat matches. Well, this is my opinion. Of course, WrestleMania 24 when he actually entered as the champion. But yeah, that was the first time he ever entered WrestleMania as a WWE champion. And he went against John Cena and Triple H. He won it. That was a good match. Of course, the Dan Ryan triple threat it's always going to be remembered as a good match.
Yeah, okay. That's like the
when
only,
it comes
to me, that's like the only one.
But it's like, I agree with you. Any other type of championship match that involved Orton, if it wasn't a regular one-on-one match, of course, the very obvious is Bray from WrestleMania 33. But yeah, every other match Orton has been in at WrestleMania has actually been great, especially Taker versus Orton.
You know something though? WWE has a good track record on WrestleManias with if they do a triple threat match for the war for whatever like WWE Championship or anything like that.
Oh yeah,
those matches go hard. Even if you can literally call the Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns a triple threat. It became a triple threat match, and that for the short, brief part of him cashing in and everything that went on, bro, that was a triple threat match.
Think about it. Every WrestleMania that had the Dudleys, Hardys, and Edge and Christian facing each other, it was a triple threat tag match. Mm-hmm. Both of them have been critically acclaimed as the greatest matches at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Rollins, Finn Balor in the Miz at 34.
I remember.
Great
That was a good match too. Of course,
Charlotte,
the match that shall not be named, the Chris Benoit, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H match. That match, I hate that match.
So yeah, I will give WWE that. Triple threats are their strong suits when it comes to WrestleMania. They kill it when it comes to a triple threat match. I want to say, they of course always have one-on-one bouts, but they always be with, a certain individual that's synonymous with it. Of course, I'm talking about Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, both of who have made their name in WrestleMania, even whether it's against each other or against other people. But yeah, as far as Orton winning the championship at SummerSlam, honestly, here's another track record. Orton has been very good at SummerSlam when it comes to it. There's a few stumbles, but other than that, SummerSlam's always seemed to be Orton's event for some reason. And for him to win the title, I want y'all to keep this in mind. I have been trying to keep track of wrestling so far. Honestly, it's like, who would be ideal to face either?
That's my exact point. He's the heel. Who
not even just Orton.
Who are the faces though? He's gonna who do you have? Who have you built up if he wins? Who do you have built up that's ready to take him on? He ain't got nobody. You bury Ricochet.
Oh,
he's in tag team purgatory. Aleister Black, you sent him home because he's too busy saving everybody from what's the name of Rollins group? The Greater Good. Too busy jumping in trying to save people. And killed his push a little bit.
You'll never be Cedric Alexander.
Joe is kind of finna go back in, but he's finna feud with the Greater Good and finna probably be in that feud with him, and he's probably gonna have some involvement with that match with Dominic and all, because since they got in his face recently.
Mm-hmm. What about KO? Kevin Owens? Nah, here's my thing. I don't know about KO. I know one thing. I know
Kevin
KO
should go back to NXT with where Finn is, honestly.
Yeah, I've been thinking, if anything, you want to say KO that can feud with Orton, but what I was thinking of, what if they don't drop it on Orton? What if they keep it on Drew? Who can Drew honestly feud with? I mean, you want to give him back to Seth Rollins? Do you want to?
I mean, from a heel perspective, they can either, because we don't know what Retribution is supposed to be I think they're supposed to be a face stable in the sense of, because it's fighting against the system. It's kind of like what their objective is. It's kind of in a sense. We don't know how to really perceive them because we have no crowd. So I mean, it's whatever however they try to portray them to the public. But it's kind of it's kind of hard to say, because what I was thinking was, if Orton wins, him and Ciampa do have a gripe with one another. I think, for real.
Oh yeah, that Twitter thing. Even Orton's wife got into it. That was.
Yeah. So they really have a thing for one another. So if they were to go, if Retribution were to just say either cause Orton the championship and he feuds with Ciampa, then that could be one thing. But here's the thing: you can't treat Retribution like Cena treated the Nexus. Orton has to allow Retribution to beat that ass and have Ciampa get over. Orton can't be freaking just RKOing half the goddamn group and just squashing them, and it's just okay, then what the fuck were we doing this whole entire 3-4 weeks?
I feel if Orton were to do, I don't think Orton would be as extreme as Cena was when it came to that. I feel like Orton would let them beat him up a bit. Especially just to, I don't feel like this is the same Randy growing up, watching in which he would want to sit here and do things his way. He still does, but I feel like Randy would at least, he knows a little bit better of what to expect nowadays, as opposed to Cena did back then when he was doing it full time, and he wanted to, make sure he was still up there and whatnot. Not to give John Cena a bad name, but of course everybody knows about what Cena did with the Nexus, especially at SummerSlam 2010. I think somebody said, rumor was that Cena after that actually had several losses, and they were just really in response to the Nexus members Pretty much just him, just saying, my bad, I messed up. This is what this is pretty much on me. This is just me apologizing, and he just ended up having that losing streak at SummerSlam afterwards. But I feel like Orton would actually give Retribution a chance to actually do damage, and I don't think he'll actually really bear it. That's my belief. Honestly.
Yeah, they would have to if coming in, and let's say if they go after Orton once he wins first meeting with the leader or whoever, they got to beat him. If they go up against somebody else aside from Ciampa, and it's like, because I feel like stable should be sometimes, and like I feel like they do it wrong. Like WWE wants to go straight to the head, the dude that's whoever is like the leader, and pit them up against. Like no. Let's do this the way it should be done. You need to earn your way to get to the boss fight. That means you got to fight through, if it's henchmen or whoever is the underlings of the leader, you got to make it through them. And on top of that, you shouldn't even be making it easy either. Because for example, if Dijakovic is in this group, you got to make it. You got to get the group over. You got to give them big wins against people that matter. Don't be putting them in fucking squash matches against nobodies that nobody cares about. You got to give them big wins over people that actually matter to build them up, to make them a threat. You got to go back to the Shield formula. People have to be giving of themselves and to lose to this group to make them. That's why the Shield is what they were. They were just wrecking shop through the WWE and just going through everybody from legends,
big names,
just big names.
Taker, Kane, Daniel Bryan, John Cena. And, like I said, Nexus did a bit of that. But like I said, when SummerSlam came that year, it was a wrap. So my thing is, they do that, but make sure you don't kill it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't kill it, basically. That's what this whole thing is. Go through it, don't kill it, let it go. And it can actually be something worth making that group who they are, making them, giving them a name, basically, giving them a mark.
I still feel it. I feel like WWE, as much as I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon does not watch New Japan Wrestling whatsoever, but
you don't watch
I feel that the formula of how New Japan is structured, with everybody is in a stable, and I know Vince McMahon, from what Triple H said, Vince McMahon hates factions, hates stables. That's what Triple H said. He said, but I feel it would work to their advantage if they would have more factions, more groups that are mainstays. They don't change the name of them, and they stay around. So you have to be affiliated with it's. I mean, because New Japan, it's literally gangs in New Japan. Everybody's with something.
That's really what everybody loves, I believe, about New Japan.
Yeah. So with
people
them,
like
because since WWE, when it comes to their tag team division, they're so quick to put titles on people who've teamed one time, and they're not legit teams. They can justify those means a lot easier if they do it like New Japan style. So let's say, for example, let's say the group that Sami Zayn and Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro are in, that's a group, but you can take in different people, and different people will probably jump from group to group or whatever, however the case may be. But at least with them, you can mismatch those tag teams however you want to. You can expand and make New Day a stable, and it doesn't have to be just the stable of the black guys. It could be, you could throw in some other people in there or something. You could throw, like, for example, I'm going to just throw the name out, Mojo Rawley, because he kind of fits the energy of a New Day, honestly, if you think about it.
His hypeness.
So if you wanted to throw Mojo Rawley into New Day, and then you could, and Big E wouldn't be down another person because he has some other members of that are part of New Day that could be in there, so certain stuff like that. And I feel like that would really benefit them from a tag team perspective, because I mean, Cesaro and Nakamura, I'm like, bro, y'all ain't got nobody to go against with these titles. They ain't nobody.
Think of this too. You got a pay-per-view like Survivor Series. You would have at least thought that a team-based pay-per-view you would actually have, because I ain't gonna front, Survivor Series actually I love last year's Survivor Series a lot because of the hype behind it. You have brands going against each other, teaming
Yeah,
up, invading
yep.
and all that. Like that type of stuff I actually love. That's what I loved about the whole thing with New Japan and their big stables because it's a huge gang fight, you know?
Bro,
It's a huge gang fight.
we gotta thank Saudi Arabia for that one. We gotta thank Saudi Arabia for that one, bro.
Uh,
They made that. They booked that one. They made that happen. They made that happen for us. It was like, okay, we gonna hold half of the WWE talent, and now y'all got to pull from NXT. Now you ain't got no choice because they
oh
the only
yeah.
one. They the only ones back in the States.
Despite the bad show that happened, we did get that good. We did get that good angle though,
That was the best
that's
SmackDown ever.
I'm not gonna
Long
front.
time.
That's what I would love nothing more to see. That's what I actually get hype about Survivor Series around the time of the year. The big gang fights and whatnot. The big who's better, this show, that show, whatever. Each show has become a gang.
Mm-hmm.
Not to promote gang violence or anything on the show, but it's like those are the type of matches I love to see, especially even in NXT with Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like, bro, who wouldn't want to see these matches, man? And I'm still, sadly, even though it's never gonna happen because of how things are going right now, but I still wanted my Four Horsemen match. I still want it.
Yeah, the four horsewomen match is a letdown because Ronda has not come back yet, and then the other match that we were supposed to get right before COVID hit because NXT UK match against Finn Balor and Walter was gonna be the shit, and we just got deprived of it. And then we were also supposed to get Imperial versus Undisputed Era that we just got deprived of.
Bro, that's what I wanted. I'm like, that's all I wanted. Give me my matches.
I was like, Marshall's was starting to look lovely, and then they announced Finn versus Walter. I was like, oh, this is about to be so good.
This is some good. This is gonna be some good. Next, you know, oh, we got a pandemic.
Like, God damn it, we can't travel no more. I was like,
No. It was a match I had in my head. It was Undisputed Era versus, oh yeah, the Elite. So I'm actually that royalty because I literally was at work and I was actually playing that match in my head. Undisputed Era versus the Elite. Who do you got?
that's a hard one because they've all. I mean, the Bucks have fought. You know, Red Dragon, formerly used known as Red Dragon, several times. They've been in the ring together. I mean, they've all literally been in the ring together. Honestly, Roddy. It will come down to because has Omega ever went against Cole?
I don't know, but I think Cole got kicked out. Yeah,
Yo,
Omega kicked out
he
Cole.
literally got kicked out of Bullet
He
Club.
literally got kicked out the group by the Bucks and Omega. So
Yeah.
it's like that would be a dope storyline to go into it. Like Cole still remembers him
Yep.
getting kicked out of Bullet Club for that.
Yep.
And then of course you look at Roderick Strong and Cody. They never crossed paths, but just I can imagine that whole match.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that'd be the dopest thing I've seen in my life.
Yes.
But I know it's not gonna happen.
Like,
At
man.
least not now.
I mean, the time we would have got that would have been in ROH. That's the only time we would have like literally could have got that if they were a group together, but Cole was on the opposite side of things. Let's say if he would have not signed with WWE and stayed around, and let's say Red Dragon would have, and he would have just got with those guys in a ROH version of Undisputed Era and win against it would have been so good. It would have been so
Oh
good.
my god, that would have been the greatest thing ever, man. I was playing that match in my head. I'm like, oh, Bucks with a super kick. Strong comes in with a knee.
Yep.
Omega comes with a V trigger. I'm like, oh, I can hear the shots in my head. I can hear every spot in my head right now.
Yep. That's yeah. It would be so good. All we need is for if Undisputed Era goes to the main roster and freaking Vince McMahon freaking doo-doos on them, then it's like, okay, with it. AEW bound, here we
go. or let's say Vince don't do that. He actually, by some miracle, retires and Triple H gets in charge.
Boy,
what if
I gotta say, I'm waiting on that day. I really am. Triple H should just take over, where it's like just NXT on both. It's literally the form of because him and Stephanie have been compiling a team, and that team is literally the NXT team. They've been compiling a team that's ready to like when Vince McMahon says he's stepping down, bro. It's finna be black whatever day of the week it is. It goes down all over again because Triple H is finna. Him and Stephanie gonna clean house on all the old people that Vince McMahon, his yes men and underlings that he has over there.
Oh, it's gone.
They're going to. It's going to be clean house and promotion city. People gonna get promoted to positions and all. They're gonna clean house.
Man, it's like I'm just waiting for the day that it just breaks on any type of news. Vince McMahon retires. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Triple H and Stephanie gonna turn. They're going to turn WWE on its head, and people Raw numbers are going to that first whatever show that is after that announcement, and he takes over. Those numbers, Raw numbers, gonna be high. USA gonna be like, hold on, what happened?
Raw.
We should have got rid of him a long time ago. What the hell?
Raw, SmackDown, NXT, all them shows gonna end up going up. Shoot, if Progress comes up, they're gonna, because that's owned by WWE now. And it's like, man, imagine just all of all that happening.
So what do you think about that? With the since the Indies did launch on WWE Network, Indie Promotions did launch on WWE Network this past weekend, this past Saturday. We got Progress, ICW, XW. What is the other one? Promotion.
Evolve.
You got Evolve. You got Progress, which I actually watched the Progress shows this past weekend because I've been wanting to get into Progress. Progress actually WWE UK people, it's so underrated, but that man, those NXT UK takeovers don't be some of the best hard hitting shows. Man, they're so underrated.
I remember seeing Balor versus Devlin. I remember that match.
Yes.
And like, bruh, this is what made the match special. I don't know if anybody knew.
Tyler Bate versus Walter. That's just,
oh my god,
the slap. They're just freaking.
That's what people.
Death move after death move.
You know what? You can call me crazy as much as you want. If I ever meet Walter, I'll make sure I have a button-down shirt. This sounds crazy. I know it sounds crazy. I know I sound like a crazy guy, but I would literally. This will be an autograph. This will cover an autograph. Give me one knife edge chop. Just see what I'll do. I know it's crazy, but I would kill to have one knife edge chop from Walter. I'm gonna fold, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. I don't care what anybody says. It'll be worth it. It's like, bro, I got my Walter on my chest. I got chopped.
For real. Just one time. Let's see here. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. So 2K Battlegrounds, it's about I'm gonna say probably less or around about a month away from coming out. They've been showing videos on social media and I believe YouTube as well, but I've been probably on Twitter more than anything, but I've been seeing them mostly on Twitter. They've been kind of like releasing and showcasing the roster. And yesterday they secretly dropped the full roster, the official roster, and then also the people who will be post-launch, which post-launch is like freaking massive. I'm like, what the hell? So I'm gonna run through this as fast as possible. But we got AJ Styles for this is a B-based game. AJ Styles, Akira Tozawa, Aleister Black, Alexa Bliss, Alicia Fox, Andre the Giant, Apollo, Asuka, Baron Corbin, Bayley, Becky Lynch, Beth Phoenix, Big E, Big Show, Bobby Lashley, Bobby Roode, Braun Strowman, Bray Wyatt, Brie Bella, Brock Lesnar, Carmella, Cesaro, Charlotte Flair, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Edge pre-order bonus, Elias, Ember Moon, Finn Balor, Hulk Hogan, Jake the Snake. What? Interesting. He's at AEW. I thought they would have probably maybe taken him out just because he's with AEW now.
Wait, Jake the Snake is going to be in the game?
Mm-hmm. Jeff Hardy, John Cena, Kalisto, Carl Anderson. They made the cut too. Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston, Lindsay Dorado, Liv Morgan, Luke Gallows, Mandy Rose, Mankind, Mickie James, Naomi, Natalya, Nia Jax, Nikki Bella, Nikki Cross, Randy Orton, Rey Mysterio, Ricochet, Roman Reigns, Ronda Rousey, Rowan, R-Truth, Samoa Joe, Sasha, Seth, Sergeant Slaughter, Shawn Michaels, Shinsuke Nakamura, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold, The Miz, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Xavier Woods, and Yokozuna. That is the base game. Now, post-launch, we're getting Akam, Ali, Alundra Blaze, Andrade, Angelo Dawkins, Batista, Big Boss Man, Billy Kay, Bo Dallas, Booker T, Bret Hart, British Bulldog, Buddy Murphy, Cactus Jack, Chad Gable. Funny they didn't put Shorty G in there. Interesting. Christian, China, Curtis Axel. All these people that made the cut. I'm surprised people made the cut. Dana Brooke, Doink the Clown, Earthquake, Eddie Guerrero, Fandango, Goldberg, Grand Metalik, Jay Uso, Jim Neidhart, Jimmy Uso, Kane, Kevin Nash, Lana, Lita, Macho Man, Randy Savage, Mark Henry, Marissa. I mean, not Marissa. Who the hell is Marissa? Maurice, Mojo Rawley, Montez Ford, Mr. McMahon, Mr. Perfect, Otis, Paige, Peyton Royce, Razor, Rhea Ripley, Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Roddy Piper, Ruby Riott, Sami Zayn, Scott Hall, Shane McMahon, Sheamus, Sonya Deville, Sting, Tamina, The Boogeyman, The Brian Kendrick, Trish Stratus, Tucker, Tyler Breeze, Typhoon, Ultimate Warrior, and Vader are all post-launch. My first question is, where is all the NXT talent?
My question is, you said Stephanie's the base launch, right?
Yep.
She's the base launch, but her brother and her father is not going to be base. They're basically going to be DLC. I'm just like, hold on. Why is the Iconics post launch?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that kind of like, it's kind of a head scratcher why certain people that are main roster people. Because if you look at it, she's the only NXT talent on the game. You think about it.
That's the thing. No, where's Adam Cole? Where's Keith Lee? Where's Johnny Gargano, Ciampa, Undisputed Era? Man.
There's a lot of people missing from this game. Damian Priest. I mean, these are people we've been seeing from week to week. Velveteen Dream
for the base lunch, right?
Huh?
You said Finn Balor's a part of the base lunch?
Yes, I think he.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. So
okay.
That's a head scratcher on that one. I'm just like wondering.
Not only that, you have talent that's been cut from. Granted, I'm pretty sure this was made before the whole Black Wednesday, but still, it's like you have talent that are in another promotion now. Mm-hmm. The Good Brothers, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows.
Heath Slater didn't even make the cut. Zack Ryder's not in this game, but
you got
Carl Anderson and Zach and what you call it? Yeah.
And I'm like, but you gonna put Rhea Ripley, the Iconics, and other probably current roster members. I'm still on how Stephanie made it before her dad and her brother.
Exactly. Paige made it. She's not even active. I mean, just saying.
I'm like, huh?
I like Paige, but I'm just saying, just throwing out.
Oh no, it's understandable, man. I feel like that's
Jake the Snake ain't made an appearance in WWE in God how long?
In 2014, I believe was the last time. That was when he went in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. But the thing, and that's the thing. Again, he's in another promotion currently. He's in a rival promotion currently.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
we only see him on Halloween.
Then okay, Battlegrounds. Look, I'm not gonna say that again. This is a 2K game. All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's supposed to be fun. I mean, I just hope that what I'm hoping is, because I've seen like some of they showed up the creation suite. I don't know if it's as robust as a WWE 2K game or anything of the sorts, but I mean, they showed that off. I mean, if it could be anywhere kind of like halfway decent as like WCW NWA Revenge was, I'll take it. I'll take it. I mean, as long as we've only seen like the outlandish arenas in the gameplay. Hopefully, if we have official arenas, I mean, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be kind of a little fun game or whatever, just to get by on. I'm not dogging it. I'm not dogging it too much. I get the crowd they're trying to get get the crowd they're trying to attract with this particular title.
Mm-hmm.
So to each his own. If it's, and like I said, I've said this before, and I talk with a lot of the creators, for a lot of the community creators a lot. I'm like good Twitter friends with those guys. And my thing is like, if the dev cycle if it's gonna be a alternating cycle for the Battlegrounds game and the 2K simulation games, if they need a 2-year cycle to make the game great, I'm okay with that. I honestly would prefer to relieve stress off of those guys and to make a better title for the next following year, whatever. And maybe they'll probably drop the year off of it, because then it starts to get very skewed, and just call it WWE 2K. If that's what they need, then I'm all for it, because to go into segue into WWE 2K, 2K19 was supposed to have its servers cut this month, but the new lead for 2K for the games, he came, and I've been seeing him on Twitter. He came in and said, like, we're not shutting the servers down. So a game that's been what? This game
2 years.
Came out in
close 2 years.
Yeah, came out in 2018. We know they normally, every time a new game comes out, they cut the servers. They cut the servers once the new title's out. They give it like maybe like a year and a half or so, and then they cut the whatchamacallit. So, and I've been showing you pictures. The creators, man, they've been putting in work. A fella by the name of NWO, I think it's NWO 123 or something like that. That's on Twitter. This boy has literally created a WCW game in 2K. He does the arenas. He has full roster. He just came out he just did a Hugh Morris, and that Hugh Morris is that Hugh Morris is on point.
You need to see me picture this.
He got that, and I've been downloading every single. So I have like 5 accounts just WD 2K19. I kid you not. On my PlayStation, I have 5 different PSNs purely because they're all for 2K19, because I've maxed out, because the logo limit is like 1,000 images. So I max out, and so I've just been segmenting the accounts to be certain feds. So I have one account that's WCW. I have one account that's AEW. I have another account now that's TNA, because I started posting screenshots of certain people making. They were making like certain like older like TNA, like 2005 TNA stuff, and so I decided to do that. Hold on just one second, Snap. Hold on a second.
You good?
But yeah, so with that in the with WWE2K, is like, man, those guys have been putting in hella work to really just make this game more robust, to have different created universes and all this stuff, man. They've put in some hellified work with just the creations they have with. Just, you can create your own alternate version of AEW, because there's a lot of, and no matter what platform you're on, if you're on Xbox or if you're on PS4 with 2K19, they're equally, like, the rosters there, like Butcher and Blade, somebody, Defrag, he finally did a super credible private party, and they look just like, it's so good. They got that. It's like, I mean, there's millions of, the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega's floating around the CC and stuff like that. So you take your pick on those. But no, man, it's it's good that they're keeping the servers up. It's definitely keeping that game alive, because like I know a lot of people in 2K20, like from the creative standpoint, they've been having a lot of issues where they put like a lot of work in, and it's heavy with a lot of images, and it just sometimes we just crash on them, and all the work goes to shit. So and that's very frustrating for those guys. So it's pretty cool that this game is still kicking and living.
Wait, before you move on, here's a quick. Allow me, ladies and gents of Nerd Flow and On to Wrestling Podcast, before you continue listening on, make sure you also tune in to I Am Royalty Gaming channel on Twitch to actually see him play in one of his many accounts. Anything that he does that day, and trust me when I say it looks awesome. I've tried and looked at his screening of any wrestling match, and I can fully say those arenas and wrestlers look just as if they were in real life. So remember to always check out I Am Royalty Gaming on Twitch.
Yes, man, I stream that quite often on Twitch too, because I ain't played in a minute. I gotta boot that up and see what anything new. AEW. Have you been enjoying AEW?
AEW. I said I try to catch as much as I can throughout the work week, especially while I'm at work. So far, one thing I have just noticed. I say overall, and here's something we should cover at least, even though it's old, but everybody knows about it. But Sammy Guevara. I want to know exactly where he stands in the company now. Granted, I believe he
got bitched out for that chair shot.
Oh yes, I mean that's the thing. Sammy Guevara is a talented wrestler. Everybody knows that this man's a great high flyer, great wrestler overall. He's a young kid.
Here's the thing though, Snap. I had this argument on Pro Wrestling Uncensored about him. I've yet to see it. I've yet to see it, and I even watch. I think I kind of like. I think I was watching because I have AAA on my Twitch channel, which I haven't seen them do any Twitch streams with all of their shows lately. If I wonder, because pandemic, duh. But yeah, I watched a match or two of him that's come through on AAA's Twitch channel, and I even watching that match. I'm like, because it's AAA, of course they're gonna be doing and killing it. I ain't even seen anything that was like. I'm just wondering. I mean, and this is one time where a lot of times I'll give people credit for like the hype of certain people, or I typically get the hype behind certain wrestlers that people are, a hype about and stuff like that. I typically do. But with Sammy Guevara is the first person, and since my obsession with wrestling as a young kid, that I don't get the hype behind this dude. He has shown, for me, at least on AEW TV, even when there was a crowd, he's supposed to be the Spanish God. Bro, I haven't seen this boy do anything crazy or phenomenal as a high flyer. The Spanish God is Rey Fenix.
See that? Yeah, I'm not going to take that from him
with that name
at all. Rey Fenix. I know, friend. I still want to give me a triple threat with it before Rey Mysterio retires. Rey Mysterio, Rey Fenix, and Kalisto, all three in the ring. But anyway, with Sammy, I don't know how to just really, I guess, explain it. It's like, I don't know if it's because he's on national TV or anything like that, but the one thing I just know, this man has been in trouble this year for, of course, the whole Sasha Banks comments. But now it's with the chair shot. Now, I'm pretty sure the chair shot it wasn't an intentional thing. At least I'm praying it's not.
They say he grabbed the chair. Which I actually think it was I think there was a folding chair right next to where the chair he probably was supposed to grab. I don't understand why he grabbed a standard chair, but that's beyond me.
But I know he got, like you just said, he got chewed out for that spot. Granted, you want to try to make positive about it. Keep in mind, this is Matt Hardy we're talking about. We're talking about a guy who's been in this business for a long time. He has kids and has bled before. Case in point, Edge versus Matt Hardy, SummerSlam 2005. But yeah, this man had to get 13 stitches to close up that wound, and it's just Sammy, you got to chill for a little bit, man, because you've been on ice. You honestly not even ice. You've been in hot water this whole year for some reason.
Yes, he sure
One
has.
reason or another. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, bro, you might want to chill. You might want to chill the fuck out, bro. You got to chill, calm down. But like I said, that's the one thing I would want for Sammy because I feel like Sammy can still grow. I'm probably one of his supporters, I guess, because I got a soft spot for high flyers. I love high flyers, but with Sammy, like I said, I want him just to really just chill out and be careful whatever he does this year. Like I said, you've been in hot water too much this year. First
Mm-hmm.
Sasha Banks, and now this you got to chill, bro. Like chill out. Like not to tell you what you can and can't do with your own life, but chill. But what I will say, a great thing about AEW, Orange Cassidy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna front. That man, I say if there were ever a man of the year this year, and the year ain't even over with, Orange Cassidy is probably, in my opinion, the greatest wrestling gimmick currently right now. And
Oh yeah.
it's like, bro, this man, when I first saw him, like, what? He's actually getting over with just doing this very normal stuff. And then he all of a sudden just do something amazing you didn't expect from him.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when he first did the damn suicide dive with his hands in his pocket. He's just chilling and gets back in the ring like ain't nothing happened. I'm like, okay, yeah, he's gonna get over.
Hell yeah.
He's either gonna get over or he's already over. And I went back and saw his indie match, and I'm like, man, this is so for it to look so simple in the outside perspective. I looked at it from different perspectives as a fan and without being a fan. From the outside, I was like, man, this is so damn dumb, but at the same time, it's actually still fun to watch the series because I guess it was the crowd too. The crowd getting behind this gimmick, and then as a fan, you are like, "Oh my god! Like this is the most amazing thing ever." And I'm like, "WWE, don't you touch him? Leave him alone. Leave him
No,
where he's at.
they can't. They ain't gonna do nothing with that.
Leave him where he's at." Because, like, bro, that in my opinion is the best gimmick ever, especially with the with him and Chris Jericho. The feud, I ain't gonna lie, that's actually a great feud between those two. It's a funny one, but it's a great feud nonetheless. I actually like the feud between him and Chris Jericho.
I remember he
But yeah,
said,
Orange Cat.
I remember he said, "Don't kick me with those stupid kicks." It's like he always said, he's just like,
Oh no, what was that presidential thing they had with Eric Bischoff was on there
yeah,
recently?
yeah, the debate, yeah,
Like, oh my god!
yeah.
I'm like,
And then he finally did. He finally went off on him. It was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Let's see what else, man. What else? I'm trying to think anything else, and there's nothing else really. I mean, other than the Sammy Guevara
oh,
thing. Well, AEW is moving to Saturday nights for a short bit due to the NBA. This is going to be a different that 1 million people that tends to watch NXT and AEW. Maybe it'll help that. I mean, maybe it'll shift the numbers a little bit. Will NXT pull a million? Will AEW pull a million on when they move to Saturday and when NXT is only on Wednesday? Will they pull a million? That's the biggest question. I know one of those Wednesdays, I think on their YouTube channel, they're going to be showing All Out, the original All Out. So I wonder if they're going to run that in concession with when NXT runs. Will they pull people away from watching NXT so for them to watch All Out? Because there's some people that still have yet to see All Out. There's some people
you talking All Out from last year, right?
Yeah. They still
Okay,
have never seen it. So.
Yeah, because
Or was it? Or is it all? I can't remember what Tony Khan said. It was one of. I think it was All In or All Out. One of them. I think it's either.
If it's something that happened in September, I can guarantee it might be All In because that's when it happened 2 years ago. All in September.
Yeah,
and
so
that
I think it is the original All In. So if it's that, and there's some people that say they still have never seen it. I mean, that might pull people away from. I mean, we'll see.
It's gonna be crazy.
It'll be a head scratcher if NXT doesn't pull a number being the only thing for people to watch on Wednesday for the next maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
It'll be crazy because I don't know if WWE is. I don't know what Rey Mysterio's contract is. Somebody say he signed back with him.
Yeah,
or
he did.
something.
He did.
Oh, he did. It's gonna be crazy,
and it's all really due because of his son. His son is.
Mm-hmm.
Was training and stuff like that to become a wrestler, and he wants to eventually do a tag team match with his son. So I mean, it was apparent that it was going to happen.
I want to say with All In, the original All In, yeah, it's gonna be crazy to see Rey Mysterio on that TV screen, and then you see him on the WWE TV screen, and it's like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, one last thing for AEW, the new design for the TNT Championship belt. What do you think?
It's good. I mean, it's a knockback to the NWA Television Championship. I mean, I've always got what they were trying to do with their championship. A lot of the stuff that they're doing is always a paying homage to NWA because that's where Cody's dad made his name. So a lot of stuff that they do is kind of a tribute to the past. It's just like if I don't know if you caught this that when they had the contract signing of FTR and Hangman Page walked in, they toasted. They said to the Mid Atlantic. So the new Four Horsemen name is probably going to be called the Mid Atlantic. As a pay to a tribute to Mid Atlantic Wrestling. So just a thing that kind of caught that. So I want to say that's probably it, Snap, man. I think
wait.
What you got one more? What did you got?
Raw Underground, man. Raw Underground.
Raw Underground, man. I don't know what their thoughts about this shit. I'll say this much, and I'll put it this way. If they could take their obsession with these cinematic matches and roll that into Raw Underground, they could literally fill the void that Lucha Underground has left with them not being here. Mm-hmm. They could. They literally could. This man can write the craziest crap he wants to write because we saw some crazy shit on Lucha Underground. They could literally do that. I mean, they could. But in the retrospect, it's kind of like an MMA style type of Fight Club type of thing that they got going on. But it's not really. It doesn't feel like I'll put it this way. It doesn't feel like a show. It just feels like a segment. So if they wanted to make it a legit thing after hours that they're doing, so if Raw is stopping at 9 and they're doing Raw Underground from 9 to 10, they have to make it seem legit and overlay announcers and all that stuff into it and everything to make it feel like it's something and to show like on tonight on Raw Underground, these are the matchups. It just feels like a bunch of motherfuckers in the back fighting. That literally what it feels like. Oh, Snap, keep going. Let me take something real quick. Keep talking.
Yeah. But yeah, for those that don't know what Raw Underground is, new to the concept. If not, you already know what it is. Basically, Raw Underground is supposed to be, like Roach just said, a real MMA fights for, I guess, WWE superstars and whatnot. It's supposed to make it really grimy and whatnot. And I feel like they're going to use Underground to actually make Raw TV 14 now. But, at the same time, I don't know how far they're going to go with Underground. I don't know if it's going to actually keep going for a long time. Because one, this whole thing started off of a very random, and I'm speaking on the whole show, very random Raw, actually. A very random Raw. And like I said, it ended with Shane popping up saying Raw Underground. This is what's going on. This is what's going to happen. And I don't know if I'm intrigued to see if there's going to be any more superstars other than who we've seen. And we started Hurt Business with, Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, MVP down there, Shayna Baszler down there. Can't think of the other guy now. He was from NXT. He was down there kicking ass. So I don't know how long this is going to go. I don't know how they're going to go, what they're going to do with it. So far, the only thing I can think of is basically this is going to be a thing in which you're trying to build up any superstar that hasn't been on the main roster. You're trying to make them a legitimate fighter. I believe one of the things that many people may have speculated was this going to be a Brawl for All 2.0.
Exactly.
And
definitely not.
And honestly, it cannot. It shouldn't be. But one of the things that we did find out on Dark Side of the Ring that there was close to being another Brawl for All in 2009, actually. By you guessed it, Vince McMahon, not Vince Russo this time, but Vince McMahon. So it was like, is this gonna be a Brawl for All? That's what I thought when I first heard about it, Raw Underground, like, okay, this is going to be realistic shoot fighters. We do have them on the main roster. Like I said before, you got Bobby Lashley, you got Shayna Baszler. You do have some people on the roster with MMA experience, but at the same time, yeah, Raw Fall ended with some injuries, man. Injuries, hurt egos, and destroyed pushes. Bart Gunn.
Yeah, I think they could have with Raw Underground. I agree with you. They do have a good amount of MMA talent or people who have been, or they do MMA as a side thing that they could really use to kind of beef up if they wanted to do like a Raw Underground as a show. I mean, you got several females. You got Shayna Baszler. You got Shafir, you got what's the other girl that's with them?
Jessamine Duke.
Jessamine Duke. These three females alone have MMA experience. You also have Sonya Deville, who also has MMA experience.
Bobby Fish. You got Bobby Fish. You got Kyle O'Reilly.
You got Bobby Fish. You got Kyle O'Reilly from the male perspective. You got
Xia Li.
Yeah, Xia Li. You got Chad Gable, who's an actual amateur wrestler. You got Shelton Benjamin, who's an actual amateur wrestler. You got Dolph Ziggler, who's an actual amateur wrestler. You can make a legit league with the amount of talent that they have on the roster and really make a brand that's based off just fighters. Now it can be. I mean, I don't know if they want to do like legit fights, because if not, it's gonna be the shows are gonna be like once a month if we do legit fights, because mother gonna get injured.
Oh my god! Imagine this: Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley in a legit shoot fight.
I mean, So yeah, if it's gonna be that, it's gonna have to be like shoot. I mean, not shoot. Fucking shoot fight would be literally you getting punched in the freaking face. But it's gonna have to be worked. It's gonna have to be worked. Type fights that they would have, but I mean, I think it would probably be, kind of entertaining. Honestly, I would say, if they were to take those talents that are on the roster already that have this experience, to do this and to be part of it, I think it really would be, beneficial to take those people who have that experience and just make them into a brand. Because them beating up just random people is just not is gonna get tired of.
It ain't enough. You can actually make
grabbing random,
fights.
getting into the middle of the thing and just getting just destroying randos is just not going. It's just a squash match that has no ropes.
Exactly. So my thing is this: you have the talent, you have the, like I say, experience. Put all of these people into that one thing, and actually, I say if you do put random people in there, put people who are training in it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Put them in there. Try to make it seem like an actual shoot fight.
Like an exhibition.
Yeah, like an exhibition. Yeah, and put not just random plant people. Put actual people who are training in MMA to go up against the superstars. Yeah. To make it a great looking work shoot.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There you go. That's how you can boost up your rating right there and build up your wrestlers at the same time, because they can actually, you can hear the commentators say, "Oh, they got that from this is what they do on Underground. This is what they do on Underground." You can build them up as adding new moves to their move list as we speak. So.
Yeah, I think if they take that, they can do something with it. So it can go really go either way. They could either, like I said in the beginning, they can either take it to a cinematic standpoint and make it like a Lucha Underground, or they can really go deep dive into MMA fighters, because they have enough fighters and amateur wrestlers to really build a actual league of underground wrestlers, underground roster if they wanted to. So, all right, man. I think this was a really good episode of All Into Wrestling, I would say.
Especially when
rolling in about rolling in at an hour and a half at this point.
Shoot.
But yeah, man, this is a good episode of All Into Wrestling. Please make sure you guys check out all the social media channels. Like I said, All Into Wrestling is an extension of Nerdflow Podcast. So just go check out Nerdflow Podcast, search Nerdflow Podcast. Join our community. We do converse about wrestling in the group. We're starting to ramp it up a little bit more and more news and stuff about wrestling in the group. So feel free, if you are part of the group, to share anything wrestling related in the group. We appreciate that. And yeah, man, we will catch you guys for another. What's up?
And Don't forget, as stated before, if you want to see wrestling content in the form of video games from Nerdflow, be sure to check out I Am Royalty Gaming at twitch.com to watch his streaming when he does go streaming of the wrestling games. So you can see every bit of the content creation that was made that he just spoke about earlier from him or from the community in WWE 2K. And also, for those who are, and even though this ain't nothing to do with wrestling, but for those who are into any type of memorabilia that has something to do with pop culture, and pretty sure wrestling is, make sure you check out Part-Time Gaming Store. They have everything pop culture related, along with anime, comics, anything like that. Make sure you check them out. You may be able to find wrestling memorabilia over there as well, but make sure you do check them out. They do have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. Just type in Part-Time Gamer Store, you'll definitely find them there. But yes, Part-Time Gamer Store, I Am Royalty Gaming, Nerdflow Podcast, and everything else under the sun. Yay!
Yes, sir. Press Play Network Media Group. And yeah, man, we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Go body slam somebody.